Hi everyone. I'm here to do a little tutorial on my tags and pockets I was doing. First of all, Patricia has a video on YouTube, a tutorial on how she makes her tag pockets. These right here. And I followed her tutorial and just made these little guys, and I will link her video below so you can go watch hers too, because she has other things that she made on her tutorial also that you guys might want to create as well. And everyone was asking me how I did this, and I will show you. For my tags, these little tags that I was making right here, these, you know those stationaries that you get like a ton of, that you get the cards and then envelopes and everything together that you can get at garage sales or thrift shops or Michael's really cheap? Well, I have a ton of those. And this is one of the cards that came in one of them, and it's scored right there, so you just fold it in half and then you have a card or whatever. Well, for you beginners out there, these are something really super easy that you can do to make your tags for your journals. Super, super easy and costs basically nothing. You can get like some of these card envelope stacks at the garage sale for like 50 cents or less. Sometimes they just give them to you. But this is how I made these little tags that I was making. See that little score line right there? Well, it doesn't hurt your tag at all because it's pretty stiff. So this is how I was doing this. I just took a book page and I took my Martha Stewart glue, which you can use any glue. I got this at Tuesday Mornings for 99 cents. You can take Elmer's glue or any glue that you have. You can use Mod Podge, but that's so expensive that I just use my cheapo glue. And I just glued a whole bunch all over the book page and then just glued it to the cardstock. And then I let it dry, and this is what you come up with. And this is, for those that don't have a lot and all that good stuff, that are just starting out and want to learn how to make these and don't have money to buy stuff, this is a really good way to make your really cute little tags. And this, you can ink and sew on it and decorate it still. You can do so many things to it. Then, after I got this far, for those that don't have cutters and all that, I know y'all have to have scissors. I just took my scissors, and I do have this tag. And you can also cut out your own shape of tag. It doesn't have to be this tag. It can be bigger, smaller. I've done them all sorts of different sizes. But I just want to show you this easy way of doing this. I just took this. You can do it on here this way so your words go up and down, or you can do it this way. Sometimes I'll do it this way, but on this tag, I think I'm going to do this way because I could get 3 of them out of this, 3 tags out of this. I just took this and I'm going to sit down for this because otherwise I just take it and I just hold it in place. And I just cut around this tag like so. I thought this would be really helpful for the beginners out there that want to make their own tags, can't afford to buy these little tags, because sometimes these can even be expensive. And there you go. You have a tag, and I can get 3 out of this, just cutting 3 out of this, or I can cut these. I can probably cut 2 going this way as well, but I'll do that later. But after I did that, I set that aside. And what did I do with it? Oh, I got a piece of napkin. And everybody has napkins. And if you don't, you can find these really cheap too. And I just peeled away the layers like that. And decide how I want it to go on here. Let's see. And you can even do it this way too. It doesn't have to cover it all up. But for this one, since it has leaves and stuff, I'm going to go like that. I took my cheap glue and I just put the glue down. I kind of get it really close to the edge so the napkin stays on the edge too. And then I just go like this. And you can use, like I said, Mod Podge, but sometimes that gets so expensive and glue is so cheap. So I just cover it with glue. And then I take my napkin and I just lay it on there. And this idea I got from using a baby wipe or even just a little damp paper towel. I got this idea from Crafty Irina, and you just take a little baby wipe and tap it lightly. So that way the glue spreads out and your napkin sticks. And then I take my little heat gun and I dry that up a little bit. I'm going to pause this and dry that for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, it's not completely dry, but it's dry enough for me to cut it off. Then I just flip it over, take my scissors again, and just cut the extra off. And I could, out of this little piece of napkin, I could get a couple tags done with it. I just cut that off and set it over there so I can use that piece later. And I just cut it as close as you can to the tag. And there's still some right there. And you get this. And then I just set it aside and let it dry really good, and then I'll trim it up even a little better because there's still some on the bottom here. And voila, you have a tag. And then after that, I take my, if I can find it, my desk is a huge mess. I take this, you can get it for like 97 cents at Walmart or Dollar Store or something. This is like the third one I've had. I am so hard on these things. And I just punch a hole like so. And I take my, you can also get these at the Dollar Store. That's where I got these ones right here, these hole enforcers. And you can ink them up at any color you want with, you know, you can also get ink at the Dollar Store. But I'm going to take my Tim Holtz and I just go like this, rub it across it, and make them whatever color I want them to be. In this case, they're going to be brown. And I just take it and put it on there. And I usually put them on both sides, just because I like the back side to look nice and neat too. Like that. And there you go. And after this dries really good, if you don't put Collage Podge on the top, which sometimes, I used to do that all the time and it made it too shiny. I didn't really like it. But now, if you just leave it like this, and it dries, it takes ink really well if you want to ink around the edges and stuff. So, and you can also sew around it. But like I said, if you don't put Mod Podge or glue on the top, you can ink it and it stays on. But if you put Mod Podge or glue on the top, then the ink, it doesn't really stay on very well. So that is how I'm using up all of my garage sale cardstock cards, already made up cards. I've been doing that and getting rid of these. And as for the other Patricia pocket, I just glued 2 pages of book pages together, and this one's almost dry. And then I trimmed off the edges for however wide I wanted it. And then I take, if you want it to look like a tag, I just take my scissors and snip off the side like that. And then I flip it over and use this to cut that side. Just like that. And I do the hole punch just like I did on the tag. And then you take another book page and you fold it in half. I usually put a little bit of glue in there. I folded it in half. And like that. And then I make sure the words are going up right. Some of mine aren't, but some are. And then I just folded, whoops, I just ripped this one. Way to go, Paula. But it's junk journal, so it doesn't really matter, right? And then I just do that. And then I sew across this part like Patricia did, which makes it look like that. And then I take it and I put it where I want it on here. And you can either glue this down, which I'm going to sew mine, or you can take it to the sew machine and sew around it. I usually just start right here and then I just sew around it. And then it turns out like this. And then you got your pocket. And then I just put my whole reinforcers on there too. And these ones, unless I'm going to make it just to be an insert, I don't put it on the back. But if it's going to be like glued down, if it's going to be glued down, I don't put one on the back. But if it is not going to be glued, then I will put one on the back. And that's how I did that. And I did a couple with, let's see, like this one I was messing around. I Mod Podge napkin on the top and gessoed it and did some beeswax and decorated this one. And I did the napkin before I put the bottom part on. And that's how I did that one. Yeah. But that, I figured, would be a really good way for people who are starting out to get some really good, cute, super cute tags. Whoopsie. And see, this one is really dry, and I'll take my Inka. Hold on, I'll show you how good it takes the ink. And see how well that takes the ink? Super nice. Now, if you put Mod Podge or glue on the top, it doesn't seem to take the ink very well. So I don't put the glue on the top, and so that way I can ink them. And you can ink both sides, stamp on it. You can even stamp on this side if you wanted to. But yeah, see how it really takes the ink really well? I love it. But I just wanted to show you how I was doing them since everyone was asking me. And yeah, I will definitely link Patricia's video below, because you got to go check her out. She does a whole bunch of different kind of pockets and things. And she's amazing on how to use book pages to make your ephemera. And yeah, it's awesome and it's super fun to do. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I will chat at you soon. Hopefully that helps you out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.